Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? My name is Harris and welcome back to my channel. The thing is I had to pause the earlier video because I realized kids started to scream again, so I was like, look, I'm gonna have to cut it out. So now I am going to do the remaining 10 jokes from Jimmy Carr 20 most offensive jokes. And to be honest, I disagree with the title because I think they are dark jokes, but they're funny, they're good jokes, they're not offensive, they're just fucking jokes. So get over yourself if you're offensive or offended by it. So, without any delays, let's get to Jimmy Carr, the remaining 10 offensive jokes or dark jokes, whatever you want to call it. Alright, let's do this.
Why not suggest fucking in the disabled toilets? That's what they're for. That's why they've got that handrail for more exotic positioning. Don't give me that look. In my defence, when I was in there, I was fucking a cripple. And I'm 90% sure it was consensual.
90% sure.
How was it? Yeah. But that is Parkinson's for you. My girlfriend recently had a miscarriage, and it was doubly bad because I had to pay for it. That feels like we're getting somewhere.
You see what he did
And
there?
I realise an abortion can be a very upsetting thing for a woman. But at the same time, who doesn't get a little confidence boost when they lose a bit of weight? Right, let me try and offend you. All right, when I was at school, a mate of mine got caught wanking in the showers. Nothing? Well, it ruined the school trip to Auschwitz. Here's the thing, I don't like swearing during sex. Who wants to hear that kind of language, especially from a child?
My G,
Oh,
man.
the look you gave me there. You prefer a sweary kid, fair enough. This might offend some of you.
Nah.
People say, smug, sanctimonious people, in my opinion, but people do say from time to time, you hear them, Princess Diana should have been wearing a seatbelt. If she'd been wearing a seatbelt, she'd be here with us today. To those people, I say this. I say, you try snorting cocaine off a cock in the back of a limo while wearing a seatbelt. Can't be fucking done. It's a brilliant job, this. It's lovely. You spend an hour and a half talking to people, telling them jokes, building up this reservoir of goodwill. But then you're expected just to fuck off. It's a bit weird. With your permission, I'd like to piss away some of that goodwill. Yeah! On an unpleasant joke. You know, sometimes I'll tell a joke that's a bit edgy, and I feel as an audience you go, oh, that's a little bit close to the...
I love these jokes when he does that.
What are you like?
He delivers.
I'd like to tell one now that'll make you go... Oh. Would you like to hear it? Yeah. Well, it's a joke about love. Can love conquer all? Or do the practicalities of life get in the way? Well, a great example of this is May to December relationships. Relationships where there's a bit of an age gap. Can love conquer that divide? Or does life get in the way, the practicalities? There's probably as many different opinions as there are people in this room. Here's my opinion, for what it's worth. I think you know a girl is too young for you if you're having to make the aeroplane noise to get your cock in her mouth. Here comes the train into the tunnel. There's three things I liked about that joke. Firstly, I like the fact it's a bit edgy. I like edgy jokes. It's about as edgy as I'd want to be. Second thing I like about it, next time you're being intimate with your partners. I know you're sat there thinking, I think he's a bit too mature for that. He's thinking, ba-da-da-da. Third thing I like about that joke, probably later on tonight, maybe tomorrow or the next day, someone's going to say to you, oh, you were at a comedy show. Tell us a joke. I guarantee you that is all you're going to be able to think of. And you'll fuck it up. I was fucking a child in the face. You were what, you fucking maniac?
These jokes have a way to say it, yeah.
Do you want
Most
to come
people
and
do
visit
fuck
a
it up.
hospice? It's palliative care for teenagers. Yes, I do. I got that call about 6 years ago. I said, yeah, I'll go. I didn't know what some of those words meant. I thought, sounds all right, teenagers, I imagine that'll be fun. Now, it transpires, palliative translates to dying, and I found myself in a situation where I went, well, I've got to go, I've said I'll go, and thinking, this is going to be shit. Hand on heart, I thought, this is going to be fucking shit. But I said I'll go, so I'll go. So I went there with very low expectations. I thought, I'll be lucky to get through this without tearing up. I went there, it was genuinely, I couldn't believe what a fucking arsehole I am. Because it was genuinely inspirational. It was brilliant to go. If you get a chance to visit a hospice, go to a hospice. They're amazing. Because I don't know what inspires you, but I like that idea of carpe diem, living in the moment, now being where happiness is. And if you meet life-limited teenagers, they're having that because they're aware of how precious time is. And I think we often forget in our day-to-day lives. So it was amazing to go and to be around. I've been back many times since, and I'd recommend it as a thing to do. It's really fun. They don't want to be shut away. They want to be part of society. The thing that blew me away when I went there was an incident. So if I go out to get coffee before the show, if I go to Starbucks, obviously my coffee shop of choice. Similar views. But if I go out to get coffee before the show, right, if there's a group of 15-year-old girls in the coffee shop, they'll be really flirty with me, not because I'm some super attractive dude, but because I'm a celebrity, and there's a cachet to celebrity in our society, for better, for worse. There just is, it's a fact.
Yeah.
So I'm used to that kind of flirting in that context. I wasn't expecting it within the context of palliative care for teenagers in a hospice. There's a girl in there, she just turned 15, pretty little thing, and she's a massive comedy fan. And she had all the DVDs, seen everything on YouTube, like really into it. And she was really flirty, and really tactile. And I thought, what? All she wanted was a kiss. And I thought, well, where's the harm? She's going to be dead before she can testify.
Will you?
I can see you think that's bad, but I can make that worse with just 2 words. True story.
True story.
It is a true story, it just happens to be about a different Jimmy.
Remember what he said?
How do you make a gay fuck a woman? Shit in her cunt.
Oh, this one is catching your fun.
I know. Don't think I don't know, because I know. I know. There's no use giving me a look as if I didn't pay £25 to listen to this film. Because you did, and you know you did. Treat them mean, keep them keen. That's what they say, isn't it? Treat them mean, keep them keen. But I think you've gone too far if you're using a Stanley knife. Of course, a lot of women stay with their men, even if their men hit them. A lot of women will stay with their husbands, even if their husbands beat them. I tell you what they need. A slap. Where's your self-esteem? Silly cow. She was tiny. Of course, the thing people never say about domestic violence, and it strikes me as being just so very obvious, but people never say this about domestic violence, is just how fucking stupid it is.
Exactly.
I mean, you're hitting your wife. It's your wife. You might as well key your own fucking car. Think about it. You don't like her now, you're not going to like her anymore with 2 black eyes and a bit of a face on, are you? There are places in the country where that's just a joke. I did that joke in Preston. It was like marriage guidance.
Preston is a tiny town in London.
Applause, but I thought it was a round of applause. It's actually people
It's near
kissing their
Manchester.
wives. I don't want to make a big deal of this, but I recently adopted a newborn African child. He was just £7 plus postage and packing. That's how they get you. If only they'd put holes in that box. And that is the joke, interestingly, that Richard Curtis said was a bit much for the comic relief gig.
So, that was part 2 of Jimmy Carr, 20 most offensive best jokes, whatever you want to call it. And I'm glad I did it in 2 parts, because just as the video started, I started hearing kids in the other room again, even though I waited like good 2 hours, because I know they should be going to bed. But no, these little rascals are still running around the house. But, oh my god, oh, I love Jimmy so much. The guy is so clever. Like, you don't understand how clever this guy is. Like, he's brilliant. And I'm gonna do some of his other stuff, especially I'm gonna do his text evasion stuff, which is absolutely brilliant. And he owns up to it as well, to it, which is great. But, oh, these are like a lot of people get offended by these jokes or they don't understand the joke, but what they don't realize, understand the fact that it's just comedy, man. Don't get offended by it. I've heard a joke where I've been like, ooh, but I've never been like, oh, I'm offended by it. It's just you can give a reaction, but you don't always have to be offended by it. You have to have a reaction because sometimes your brain process things a bit slow, so you hear it, your first reaction is ooh, and then you're like, oh, it's funny. You know what I mean? So that's why he always say whenever you have a reaction, I'm okay with you guys like, ooh, whoa, it's funny. You know what I mean? It happens. But yeah, that was Jimmy Carr 20 most offensive joke. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share this video. And also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And I'll see you guys later.